Hello and welcome back to round one coverage of the 2025 Northwest Disc Golf Championship from Milo, McIver. We're presented by Latitude 64 this week. Stop 7 of 18 on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. You are watching JomezPro with Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Gannon Buhr birding the first 4 holes of the tournament. It was kind of a watch-out situation, but he's not in the lead anymore.
This week, Jomez is sponsored again by Hold My Bag. Hold My Bag is the daily fantasy disc golf game for disc golfers by disc golfers. You don't want to miss out on your chance to win prizes or cash. Sign up at holdmybagdg.com. That's holdmybagdg.com.
And Gannon taking that bogey on hole 8 after a good drive, just like Isaac did. Shoots only a 4 down the front 9. He's trailing 3 others, Paul Ulibarri, Paul McBeth, and Calvin Heimberg with 5 down on the front.
Hole 10, par 3, 390. This is a fun one. Low ceiling, as flat as you can, and push the right side. Keep it low, and then you have to slide up kind of to the circle's edge. You see a lot of people go left, honestly. It skips and then goes into that little bushy tree, and they have tough putts. Or push it a little wide, trying to get towards the bucket. You also could do a sidearm flex shot, which I wouldn't advise.
Nate going with an orc?
Destroyer.
Okay.
Sidearm flex shot, don't advise. Wow. I advise.
Didn't this bounce backwards off the little
Whisker.
the whisker?
Look, we talked about it front 9. Sometimes you don't really hit your line and you like the score you write down. That's what we're looking at right there. It was a little bit more left than I wanted it.
I didn't know that until you just said that.
I'm an honest guy. I'm not going to tell you I tried to hit that 4-foot gap blind and skipped it through the bottom of the tree.
I think Cole was trying to do just about what he did there.
I think so too.
That was beautiful.
I have a tough little putt in there, but Cole needs to get a bunch in a row. Mm-hmm. That's what he's got to do. If he can get to under par, 1, 2 under par, he's going to be feeling pretty good about himself. Yeah, that's solid. Everybody's going to end up left right there. You have to throw it picture perfect. Flip up, miss the tree on the right, and skip straight all the way there somehow.
You have to not only throw the perfect shot, you have to have the perfect disc that is beat up to the perfect stability. It's not... A lot of players just don't have a disc in their bag that can do this exact shape.
This one can, I think. But that's going too straight.
That PD can do a lot of things, but it can't avoid that tree when Gannon throws right at it. So a little slow going right now for Gannon in the last 4. Jeez, that's a good effort. Simon's got a tricky one. He's looking skyward for the Spikeiser putt.
He likes the tricky ones. I mean, always online, you know?
Well judged. Yeah. That would have been super cool. The make angle coming down at that steep of a shot is, I mean, you got a little slot that you can make it through.
Went a little farther than I thought he did.
It's amazing from back there to 100 feet. Cole, it's a tricky one.
There you go.
2 in a row. And now he's only 1 over par. It's Isaac's turn to play musical trees. Try to find some way to get in there. That's very well done for a 16-foot putt. Maybe not even.
Oh, wow.
Was that going in
Ooh.
without?
Yes, I think so.
Calvin now. He's the best player in the field through 10 at 6 under.
Hole 11, par 4, 675. This one you want to throw a little bit of a backhand flex potentially. Try to swing it back left after you miss those couple of guardian trees. Then you're left with probably 350-ish after a good drive, and this green is pretty well protected. On the short side, there's not many good putts. That big log that defines it will send you rolling if you come in a little too low. Nice par 4.
This is a lot wider than you'd typically see, but a lot of hyzer angle.
You think wider? I mean, he
I think
went
that's perfect.
Yeah, he went around the trees, just pretty
okay.
point to point.
Maybe the camera angle threw me off.
I think it might have. I think it might have because it was a perfect drive and then
Okay.
just a really disappointing approach.
Is the putt disappointing?
No.
No, it's not.
I think you're going to see a really high percentage on things like that. When you have that amazing drive and you just drop a shot, it's like you have an opportunity to clutch up. And I think most of the guys that are serious about winning this tournament are making putts in those situations.
Cole going through the middle. Now this is
Oh,
a
splits
really
it.
really good play if you want to just get as far as you can.
And yeah, he's in the high grass, but he's not too deep. I think the angle is going to be really good.
Yeah, and he's probably like
300.
310 or something to the basket.
I'm with you guys now. That angle makes a lot more sense to me. Didn't quite get the hyzer that his younger brother received. It's going to have a longer, more difficult approach. That is what you're looking for right there. Gannon Buhr line all day long.
Nicely done. Skips past Simon.
Really tricky approach.
Probably in that early set. Oh, it
Yeah.
kind of slides through it. You
Well
don't see
done.
that often.
Good result at the very least.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's kind of been coming up early on that. I think it plays a little farther than you think.
This holder always has done a good job of forcing that miss, and I don't really know how. It looks like such an easy shot. Gannon's going to make it as easy as it actually is. But I agree. You see so many people in
Yeah.
that short corner.
I think Cole's inside 300 here.
I do too.
You think it's that false front?
Maybe.
There's a little dip in the fairway.
Yeah, that definitely could have something to do
And
with it.
that always plays tricks on depth perception. Usually that occurs most when you can't see the base of the pole of the basket. It makes you
Yeah.
think that it's either farther than it really is or shorter than it really is.
Has it kind of got a wide open look at it?
Oh.
Oh, he hit those early branches.
Yeah.
And once again, sliding out left side chains this time. A little bit more centrally located this time than the early misses he had back on 2 and 3. But once again, it is a left side miss.
Yeah, that thing cut through.
Yeah, that wasn't just a push out. I agree. That definitely cut through a couple of chains. Okay. Cole sitting on a turkey now.
Yeah.
Back to even par. Good to see him getting things going. especially as they're heading into a very tricky par 3. Wow. Milo doing what Milo does, bringing out the veterans and also a lot of players bunched at the top. It's so hard for anyone to really get away from the field on this property.
Hole 12, par 3, 450 in length. It's a tough 450, though. There's a high route that's like in between some branches and some limbs. A low route to guarantee par and maybe skip up the hill 30, 40 feet on this hole, and you're
You're
you're very happy. And there's the high route. So you got to dodge a bunch of those. I've seen a lot of double bogeys on this hole.
Yeah, if you clip anything, this is great. No way.
What? What the heck just happened?
That's never happened before.
Are we on the right hole?
That's never happened before.
Wow. That would be an ace for the ages.
Literally
What the heck?
generational ace.
It's so hard to get anywhere near this basket.
Has anyone ever even heard of anyone hitting metal?
No.
On this hole
And I mean,
before?
can it just get a little closer to the pin? Like, don't make him putt a 30-footer. That's like a shot of the year candidate for me.
Yeah, that's...
This hole is so hard to reach. It is unbelievable that he just did that.
It's a par 3 that gives up more double bogeys than any hole I've ever seen, with no OB anywhere.
Yeah, because if you
know?
kick left, if you make it like
Yep.
up into those branches and kick left, like bogey, best case. And that's like if you
Yeah.
think about taking your medicine, you kick it back down to the fairway maybe.
You might get the double, or you might get the bogey.
I guess
But
I think,
double is definitely in play.
I think it's one that people take bogey where it's the easiest one to play for par. Like,
Yeah.
right down the gut,
Yeah.
60-footer guaranteed almost, and still people just go, whoop, jump, straight left.
That's a high class shot that Isaac just threw, and I think he's at circle 2 edge.
Yeah.
What is that scoring average here? Big J?
Oh, it's over par. It's at 1.7 over, and it did net only 3 doubles.
Ace run, I guess, or something?
That's awesome.
25-footer.
Normally, Simon's the only person on the card that's even close to the pin. Meaning that there's only one person ever on your card that's in C2 or better.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh, give it to him.
nice.
Goodness gracious. What a putt.
I like this play better. Right down the middle, then just try to make the 80-footer. You know what I mean? No bogeys coming.
Fantastic. Yeah, for sure.
But Cole's like, I'll just go skyward.
Yeah.
Try to get the one time.
He's thinking 3 in a row. It's not enough. Slow start. I need an ace. Just a impossible hole.
I was so surprised seeing that hit the top of the
Me
bucket.
too.
Man.
Make this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's I mean, that would have been one of the most impressive aces I've ever seen.
I agree.
Uh-huh. You have to stand at that tee pad and throw the tee shot in order to understand the difficulty.
Because no. Not only is it, how far did that roll? Not only is it obstructed, it's like significantly uphill once you get around the corner. So the 450 is like, it's playing longer than that.
There were 6 players in the field before these guys came through that birdied it, and they almost walked away with 9 people in the field. There was almost 3 birdies on the card alone.
Wow.
Pretty incredible stuff from our feature group here, but Simon able to dig deep and save the par putt on the return. And Gannon knocks in his par, 2 under for the hole. That's beating every other card in the field. And nearly saw an ace.
Oh my goodness.
First time I played this hole, I said to myself, this is a hole I'll never birdie in my entire life.
Is it still true?
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh. Hole 13, par 3, 230.
Hardest hole on the course.
Classic, beginning of what we used to call the spiral. A little section of the course that was 5 short wooded holes that you could get. I guess this isn't the beginning, but at this point it is, of the ones that remain on the course. I think kind of fun that they left in such a shorty on this, what is otherwise quite a long layout.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a place for it. Do this right here. Just pretty cool.
That's 5 in a row now. Man is fully on fire.
Yeah, he is.
Love
and
it.
I think we've talked about this on the channel before, but I think, yeah, this hole's easy, and you're going to see a lot of birdies, but it's a different kind of mental struggle when you like plunk a tree and don't walk away with this one than it is when you like make a par on some other hole, or even this could almost be like more frustrating than bogeying some hard hole in a way.
Sure.
Because you feel like it's right there. You've been like, look, everyone has this one down as birdie.
Yeah, you're already putting it in your pocket.
Yeah, nobody's walking up to this tee thinking, I'm probably going to be the chump that misses it today. But invariably people do, and I think that's an interesting challenge for our pros to still have to pass.
I hope it never leaves. Gannon is the only player not pretty much guaranteed the birdie right now. He's going to have to split the trees with a straddle just barely inside the circle. In other words, probably a birdie.
Yeah, I would, and you're going to expect a star frame from these guys, and it doesn't bother me that they got it. It's like it's a different kind of pressure as you step up to this little short hole. You got to change your speed. You got to swing a little different than you've been swinging all day, and there's that embarrassment factor almost. That's different than playing a hard hole and struggling. It's like it's right there in front of you.
Yeah, I particularly like that part about how it changes the speed of the throw. And this isn't necessarily to knock Fountain Hills, but I think the knock on that course specifically has always been that you can just throw one angle hyzer and the speed remains the same. And that's just the first example that comes to my head and why that course feels repetitive. But you don't say that about a course like Milo because of holes like this and other holes that change the angles. Big high anhysers, big hyzers, straight shots, and so forth. That's the variety I think that makes up a truly great disc golf course.
Well, we're gonna try another little woody guy. Par 3, 323. Split these two trees right here that are kind of staggered with a sidearm flex shot, or you can take on this group of trees on the right to go into the green with a backhand turnover. Another classic. If you do the sidearm, that's the pure route all the way home. No trees in the way.
Can he get the double Turk and get to 3 under?
Needs to be nice and stable. Here it comes. Gonna have to make a nice putt between the trees.
And it's lined up nicely. This route used to always bother me. There's just all the tiny trees through the middle and
Sure.
the backhanders. I remember Will Schustrick winning a playoff, or maybe he didn't win the playoff, but he was in a playoff on this hole and throwing the backhand straight at the basket. I just never understood it, but it seems to work pretty often.
Oh, some trouble for Buhr. Yeah, it works more often than you would think.
It doesn't pass the eye test, but the results test is the only one that matters.
Yeah, my guy that I watched do it was Nate Doss. Always got through.
Yeah.
Always got through. Everybody's kind of going deep here. It's interesting.
Gannon would have loved to have had that problem. Now he's got to come up with a clutch save.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Outside the circle, surely.
That's beautiful. That is
Oh,
so
it makes
pretty.
it. Wow.
That is just gorgeous. Simon has such great control of manipulating the angle from different distances. 2 weeks ago, the 100-plus foot spike hyzer putt.
How's this catch? This looked a bit right on our first look.
Still not going to be able to.
Yeah, still can't see it go down.
Too many trees.
It's a conspiracy.
Nice putt, though. Strong side.
Trying to keep Simon on the lead card.
Yeah. None of our cameras actually saw it in the bottom of the basket. Interesting.
That's digging deep, man.
Jeez.
That is beautiful.
Paid
that's on
actors in the background clapping for that putt.
On the stripe from Gannon from 40. Rewatch this one.
Yeah, the par save. Clutch.
That putt, that's a 2024 putt right there.
I'm not getting there. What does that mean?
The way that he delivered his putts last year, the way
okay.
that he had one of the best seasons of all time, it's just, that's how it looked out of the hand. That little to the side right follow through, it's kind of herky-jerky looking to us, but to him, that's when that putt is coming out smooth, zippy, and on the pole.
And you feel like he hasn't had that so far
It hasn't
this
been
year.
all season. I mean,
Gotcha.
he'll be the first to tell you that the reason he hasn't won the 4-round tournaments this year, and we've only had 2 of them so far, it comes down to putting. He just hasn't been quite as consistent. He's been a little bit more anxious on the greens.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen that from time to time. He just hasn't knocked down all the ones you got to knock down, plus the extras. I think he mainly attributes it to C2 putting specifically. Said he normally makes, misses 2 or 3 inside the circle putts at tournament, but he'll make like 10 outside the circle. And this year he's only making 3 or 4. It's just a lot smaller clip than last year.
Hole 15, par 3, 375. No out of bounds here, just a very dangerous corner on the right side. You see most guys go with like a big high mid-range turning shot, maybe fairway driver with a bit of a force over. Try to get it around the corner with a lot of height, a lot of angle, and then sort of helicopter drop it down to the green. Tight to the corner. Does it make it around? And that's a big mistake. That can often be like instant bogey.
He's playing great right now. It's going to be a time to dig deep.
A little deep, but looks good.
I got to say, I'm so happy they brought this hole back. It's a classic Milo McIver East hole that we've been playing, this double-up hole that is kind of an awkward par.
Yeah.
Awkward birdie to get, but
And I've never played this hole anywhere else. Like with this demand for that shape, you throw turnovers, but this one is like pretty unique in the downhill nature
I love
and
it.
Where the problems are. Look
Yeah.
how high he has to deliver this. Like,
man, this looks fantastic.
Yeah, this is a shot that you don't see anywhere else,
That
really in
is
the
so
world,
good.
to where it has to ante so hard with the trees deep and the trees short and then being tucked in the corner over there.
yeah.
You can't go driver,
Yeah.
You can't go sidearm really with parking it. You got
No.
it's like this really specific stally.
Yeah, because it kind of has to finish on hyzer
Yep.
to park the basket. You can't just go pure turn, because if you look at the basket where it is right now, it's all those big trees on the left that are kind of blocking you.
Yeah.
Decent shot out, but it's going to be a long putt. You need to come in and then fade back left to the bark chips.
Right.
Oh,
That'll frustrate you for sure. You
Mosquitoes all over the place.
you
They'll get you.
you don't even think about going into that corner until the moment you do it. I feel like
Yep.
you always think, "Oh yeah, you're worried. Your brain is down there by the green, trying to think about turning something perfect, and then you shank one in there." And I have, without a doubt, always been surprised just how bad it is in there. The times that I've made that mistake.
and you got to imagine Isaac Robinson has this one down as a birdie look every time.
Oh,
the
yeah.
way he throws. So
Sure.
bogey really hurts him. Speaking of hurt, Simon and Cole with their ambitious birdie looks both have long, if not C2. Yeah, this is C2 comebackers. Good drives could potentially turn into bogeys here without big putts. It's so hearted.
So so center up the
That
hill.
was just perfect, man.
Just another awkward stance, dead center. Wow. It's hilarious. Watch. Boop. Oh. Just branches wiggling all over the place, you know? What a great putt. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see where Cole went. I thought he was kind of close.
Not nearly as awkward.
Oh, no.
But
Just when he had it all turned around.
that didn't stay close either, guys.
Wow.
Okay, well, this is a deflating hole for our future group. I mean, yeah, a bit right, but that cut through. And Cole has this putt
You got to make this.
with sappy fingers to save the bogey.
Nicely done.
Another putt banked off a limb.
Quit grabbing the limbs, kid.
He's got to find something to get that sap off his hands quick. Oh, he's smelling
No,
it
no.
first.
No, don't put it on your face. You're going to be stuck there.
I don't blame him for that move, okay? I love the smell of a good sap.
Yeah, but what if your fingers can't come off of there?
It's going to be a tough rest of the round.
Yeah.
And you do not want to sap up a black and gold A-team shirt.
No.
Touching the face is fine. Just don't touch the shirt. Cole's still under par. Paul Ulibarri also under par.
Alone at the top.
Wow.
Hole 16, par 3, 385. Very well guarded green. You can throw roller, you can throw big turnover, you can throw big forehand. That tree is your problem. You got to get the weight right. They've really kind of built up the green these last couple years. It's a very difficult birdie. I think you need to throw a great shot, and you wouldn't mind a little bit of good luck here.
Got the height.
Maybe.
That's got the height as well. And this is getting that straight sideways movement. Oh. Ace run?
Look like it.
Ace run
Dude.
to a Matumbo no.
Yeah, that's how this hole works.
That's brutal.
Speaking, and I mean, as amazing as this would be to ace, it is straight up boring compared to the one that Cole almost got. It would be still the talk of the town, let me tell you. But it's nothing compared to that one we almost saw today already.
Think about a Cole Redalen ace back there and then a Gannon Buhr ace here. We're talking two of the aces of the century.
Yeah.
Well, not that we have any idea if Gannon was actually even going to hit metal, but it
This
looked
one's
like it
looking
was
good too.
He was like,
Oh,
all right,
sit,
well, I
sit.
can do that.
Yeah.
I'll just ace this one too,
Yeah,
guys.
might as well. That's very nice.
Those are some great shots. Simon goes deep, and
Oh, it's roller time.
it is. Yeah, sure.
Ooh,
Nice.
even climbed the little
Yeah.
ledge there.
Might be in there for a while. Oh, man.
I remember a putt he made on this hole last year. Very impressive. From this exact spot, it seems like.
Oh, just an inch low.
At least it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Oftentimes you hit the tray, you could have a longer one.
Isaac, again, another missed opportunity on the green. He has thrown the disc exactly as well as he always does. He's just not quite cleaning it up from C2 and in. That's an awesome birdie.
Two back-to-back, two good putts. I mean, the putt that he had to save the bogey on the last hole was very underrated.
Yeah.
18 birdies on this hole. I find that to be pretty impressive. It's a tough hole to reach.
I think that last big guardian tree dying is making a big difference because it hasn't been cut down yet. Oh, no.
That is not right.
But the fact that it doesn't have like leafy branches anymore, I think is kind of making the difference.
That was not right, and that wasn't left either. That was pretty much through the center, just slow and fell out. Hmm.
10 under.
Paul's not stopping, folks. Paul, you're not stopping.
No, I didn't plan on it. I mean, you're just kind of going. You're getting lucky through the trees. What are you supposed to do? Throwing spike rollers over there.
How close were you on 16?
I went deep. Yeah, I went deep.
Above the basket.
Yeah, I had like about a 30,
Ace run, as we
35-footer back down.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, hole 17, par 4, dog leg left off the tee. Get around the corner, and we're playing to this basket that's been moved back here. Was this the second or third year of that?
Yeah, I think that's fair. At least the second.
We got Brad Williams here, 8 under, lead card contender. Still about as smooth as it gets in the game of disc golf.
Oh, this is a little bit fancy.
Okay.
Outright. 40-footer.
Don't hate it.
Starting to love it.
Starting to like it a lot.
Nice birdie.
Clean 9 under for Brad Williams. That's a great score on this course.
Who looks like it's... Oh, that was almost
that's
an
a-
absolute disaster.
Yeah, that second kick is helpful. At least he stays in the fairway. He's going to be able to make progress. I think great chance to save par.
Do you guys ever go backhand cut roller off this tee?
Only every time I play it.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
No. Not at all.
It's a fun bank to land the shot and have it cut left. It's a fun shot to throw in this one. That's a great tee for Isaac. And Simon, after the unfortunate cut through, comes up with a great drive.
Wow.
Huge.
How huge?
I like a 9, I think.
It's going to hyzer a bit short. Fast putt when you get near the green.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just perfect.
Tell me what you like.
That's perfect. So good.
Also really well played.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gets through a little bit. Just outside the bullseye. Yeah, 9.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty little approach.
Could that have potentially been more than 9 on the big scale?
I think you got to get in there.
Okay.
Like you got to get into the wood chips.
Yeah, I don't think it's more than 9, but
Okay.
I don't think we should be scoffing at a 9. I mean,
No,
it
mine's
was
big.
serious.
Yep. A good run from Simon behind the big Douglas fir. That is a Douglas fir, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Confirmed.
It is. Yep.
Good par. Good double kick off the tee shot for Cole, keeping him in position for the 9 ranked big shot, second.
Good little birdie right there. Gets Gannon to 7 under par, which is fantastic score today.
This course, you're going to see some low numbers, but I find that Milo has a way of demoralizing a player when things aren't going well. And for Cole to turn things around after being 3 over through 2 and to find himself in a position where he's a couple under par and he's throwing some really great shots in the back 9, I find that to say a lot about his character, and also hats off to you.
Yeah, and he can take some positive feelings into the remainder of the tournament, which is critical.
Yeah.
All right, well, who is going to get on this lead card? The evil genius will dictate that.
Yeah, par 5, 980 feet, right down the tube, man. You just don't want to go too far left. You have that road that's out of bounds. Get down to the flat. Second shot lands between here and here, and pretty far left as well. And then you have the island green. Make an approach shot. The farther back you are, the harder it's going to be. And you can take some big numbers here.
Hey, we finally got Paul on the coverage.
Wow, you're way up there in 2.
Thank you.
Was it a big drive?
No.
Big drive. Well, it was left. His drive was near the road.
Yeah, I was high up on there, near the road.
Fantastic.
Which I'm surprised they got me throwing a 100-footer all day today. I'm calling out the Pro Tour. I was playing well, and then on 17 they finally showed up, and I looked straight at the camera after they watched me throw a 100-foot up shot, and I was like, how many birdies do I have to get to pull a camera these days?
Fantastic round, Paul.
Yeah, but AB throws a great drive all the way down there. He's going to go with the high Anheuser with a Nuke OS, a very overstable disc. This needs to get down there. It's out of bounds left, actually.
Yeah, that's a fine place to be. It's a scary shot to go for the green from there. It's just, the distance is just long enough where the speed coming in on this mulchy green is very tricky.
This is probably at least 250.
Look at that. Comes up so short that it works out.
Saved him.
Just bad enough. That's a pretty normal birdie.
Accident. Remember what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I accidentally birdied. Yeah, some of these guys I think do have a problem. You can go too far straight
Off the tee.
off the tee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're really pinched. I mean, like this is going to be a really tough angle, but where AB was, he's having to throw that big spike Anheuser with something overstable. That's not a shot you really want.
But, yeah, boom daddy. I mean, I can't stop. Yep. He throws it far. He throws it really far.
Yeah, you don't win all the majors that you play for 2 years without being a certified.
Yeah.
Man, a CBD.
It's one of the highest honors in our sport.
This guy's had this certificate since 2011. His certificate is almost old enough to drive a car.
Yeah. Fast, too. Probably would drive a car like a fast car.
Autobahn, ripping laps.
Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly where I was. It is.
Is it really?
Yeah. And I agree with Paul. There wasn't a lot of this is what I had to do as well. You couldn't really advance towards the basket that much. You had to just prioritize getting across the road.
Well, good drive to you, sir, minus the result.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Paul's onto something. You can go too far, you know? The big guys, anyway. Oh, boy. Needs to start skipping.
Man.
Just climb somehow.
Past the pin in two. Unreal.
I'd say like in line with us in the big tree. Yeah. Like right there, probably. I'd give you the benefit of the doubt.
No way he's trying to do something crazy, right?
There's no way he's trying to put it on the island. I don't think. But I could see him thinking about trying to put it somewhere where he can get his putter out. That's for sure.
Didn't you guys make me go for the green in 2 last year in our practice
I'm
round?
sure we would do that. And I'm sure you could make it.
I think I did. I think
You
I
did make
landed
it, I
on the
think.
green.
Yeah.
We don't make you do anything. You're an adult, but we might have been suggesting give it a go.
Hoping. That's nice.
Simon didn't appear to take a ton of time on that one, but maybe we didn't get to see his entire pre-shot routine.
I mean, if he's actually going for the green, it's an absolute psycho move. That's a psycho move.
Yeah, it really is. Wow.
That's really good, and I'll say really foolish.
Yeah, I don't disagree, especially with the kind of putting
Ending, yeah.
and the kind of the chances he makes a 45-footer across the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Like what AB did, you know.
Yeah.
Well done.
He's gonna be.
Which I
liking
question
the result,
AB
though.
going over too.
Yeah, well, because he didn't make it. I mean, he skipped off the road, back safe again. This can be a little bit of an awkward spot when you're right behind that tree.
Oh, that's just sent. That's way over it.
Wow.
I think that's what you do though. You make sure you don't clip the leaves and hopefully hit a tree or hit the embankment and stop.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave it short because then you bring double into play.
Yeah, you certainly have to be thinking about the miss being long.
Which maybe that's what Gannon's thinking. I can put it out wide, at least hit the island, make the putt there, get the 5.
Yeah.
Still think it's pretty difficult.
That's a very well executed birdie. I'm with you guys on the what are you thinking here, bud? But results speak for themselves. And with any of the mistakes and the lulls he had in his round, he still comes out with a fantastic score of 8 under.
Yeah, he did.
And that's a good par for Isaac with the out of bounds stroke. 6 under.
Kind of a smart play, if you ask me, just ripping it past there.
Man.
He made me rethink and be like, all right, not the worst play from Gannon. Once you think, you know,
Sure.
yeah, I'm probably going to cross at some point, be able to put it in there.
Look at all those birdies for Cole on the back 9. Fights all the way back to -3.
What I noticed is that no one else shot 11 under like Paul. That's what
Yeah,
I
no one
noticed.
even shot 10.
No one even shot 10 under. So that means that you're the leader in the tournament bogey free.
Yeah, double digits, man. Haven't done that in a long time on the Pro Tour.
And Nate Sexton at 6 under, bogey free for the entire BigSexyBarri commentator crew for round 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't been able to say that in a while.
No, never. I probably never.
Maybe never.
Just since the last time I didn't play a tournament. But it is Paul's first bogey-free round at an Elite Series / Major since this event last year. Last time that they played at Milo McIver.
That's crazy. I play a lot of events and did not
do play
have a round without a bogey is kind of shocking to the ego, but I'm glad we got it done today.
I don't know
man.
who pulled that stat up, but I saw that come across the screen.
Wow.
I don't think that's right. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've had other bogey free rounds
right,
before, for sure.
Sure thing, buddy. Well, good shooting, man.
Thank you.
And to come in the booth today, you got, man, that's awesome. I love watching you play tomorrow at this course once again before we take the weekend over to Glendoveer and decide who's going to win this thing. Nate, any advice for our fans today?
Oh, sure. Try to charge your phone not in your bedroom, because you don't need that guy then. An email can wait. Just charge it in the living room. Get up, check it then. You got sleeping to do.
Like and subscribe.